5 investigates a horrific car crash involving a police pursuit which remains shrouded in mystery more than 6 months after it happened.
Now, please be warned, the video of this crash is graphic, but we are showing it for the first time tonight with the permission of the victim's mother, who is desperate for answers about how she lost her daughter in this one horrible moment. Here's NBC5's Phil Rogers.
6715. 714 Adam. Just had a black Cherokee.
This is a story about what we still don't know about a violent accident more than 6 months ago, which killed 2 people.
We don't even know if an accident reconstruction report was done.
It happened last June 27th. 2 Chicago police officers pursuing a black Jeep, which they said matched one involved a few days before in a carjacking. But the one they were chasing was actually driven by another Chicago police officer, Taylor Clark. The high-speed pursuit continued for 12 blocks down Roosevelt Road before this violent accident at the corner of Roosevelt and Costner, which killed both Clark and another motorist, 27-year-old Chiquita Adams.
My whole world just ended right there.
You've seen the video. Had this been such a violent accident involving only civilians, we'd likely know everything by now. Who was involved, who was at fault, whether anyone was charged. But in this case, we know almost nothing.
At least as far as the public is concerned, there are no more answers today than there were 6 months ago.
Attorney James Montgomery Jr. represents Chiquita Adams' mother, who is suing the city of Chicago, and police officer Jamie Jawar, who was driving the pursuing squad car. That's her in the green in a documentary produced by the Chicago Tribune's Red Eye 5 years ago. The city still won't reveal the name of Jawar's partner that night. In fact, all you'll find today in the public files of the Civilian Office of Police Accountability, which is investigating the crash, is this single incident report, which is almost entirely blank. Nothing new since the day it happened.
When officers attempt to curb a vehicle, they don't know whether or not that person is going to comply.
Taylor Clark's family insisted he never would have fled from his fellow officers. So what did happen? NBC5 Investigates has found 8 different views, tracking the tragedy from beginning to end. Watch again. From a dead stop at Independence and Roosevelt, the chase runs west, block after block after block. At least 6 blocks before we see the pursuing officers switch on their Mars lights for the first time. Moments later, the violent crash.
Just for info, did Smyser car witness this or just roll up on it? 714 Adam, we witnessed the crash.
The real question comes down to, did the officers in the SUV who were chasing Taylor Clark know him? That's the real question.
This isn't the first time that Officer Jawar has faced scrutiny by the Chicago Police Department. As NBC5 Investigates previously reported, in early 2016, she and her then partner were cited for misuse of department equipment or supplies. The records show that it was recommended that they each get 5 days suspension, but their final discipline was much more harsh, 15 days suspension apiece. Phil Rogers, NBC5 Investigates.
Our thanks to Phil. He's going to stay on this story.